guys, it's Vivian. This video is my how to keep motivated to stay fit. First off, I want to say that I am not in any way fit, the fittest person, or that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get fit, and I'm hoping that this video I can share some of my tips on how to keep myself motivated in trying to get fit. So I hope you guys enjoy and maybe get something out of this video on how to stay fit. So something that I really like to do is shop. So the mall is obviously one of my favorite places ever. So a good exercise is going to the mall, and it's not just walking around, which is a good thing, but a lot of times I would go to the mall and be dissatisfied with what I saw when I tried something on. I would just be like, wow, my body really doesn't look good in this. So it would really motivate me to do something about it. For me, it's just motivation and see wow, if I really got fit, I would look good in this dress. So that's what keeps me motivated, as well as getting the exercise in going to the mall. 2. I like to think about past discomforts and just in the past when I wasn't fit, maybe going on a run or something for a sport, and I'm just wow, I'm really out of shape. Running, sometimes it's just hard, and I don't because I love running, and after I haven't ran in a while and I'm not in shape, it just really sucks that it's really hard to run and I'm out of breath and it's hard to keep up with everyone. So try and remember that, and that will keep you motivated. Tip 3 is everyone says this, but find what works for you. For me, I don't always like to get sweaty. I do like to go on runs, but sometimes just working out is kind of hard, and I don't really want to get out of bed, but I do really like to dance. So that's how I get myself to do a lot of exercise, because dancing, it burns a lot of calories. It really tones you with a lot of the different moves, especially with your core and legs. So that's something that I like to do, and your favorite thing to do might not be dance, so you don't have to do dance. But if you like swimming a lot, then go swimming. And that's a really good exercise too. This one is really important, and this one was a really big one for me. Is that you should know that you have cheat days. You're not always going to be perfect, so you don't always have to eat healthy. You don't have to work out every single day. There's going to be days where you're tired and you don't want to work out, and there's going to be days where you're just really craving something like pizza or chocolate, and honestly, you should just eat it, because if you don't, then that craving's always going to be there, and it's going to build up, and it's going to turn into a binge or something like that. So if you're craving something, just eat it, but eat it in moderation. That one is super important for me because I always get these chocolate cravings, and it just helps myself knowing that if I want something, I can have it, and it's not I'm on a diet or anything. It's just I'm trying to be fit, and I try and avoid junk food sometimes, and you need to know that you can still have it, or else you're not going to be happy with it, and you're not going to stick with trying to be fit, because you're well, I'm never going to be able to eat any of my favorite foods anymore. But that's not it. Tip number 5 is if you have a specific time that you want to look especially good for. Some people really want to look good for homecoming. I have a tight dress, I want to have a flat stomach, and I want to look good in my homecoming dress. Then that's your motivation. It's you have to, well, not have to, but it's what you want to be fit for. For me personally, I want to do it for next year, next summer. I know it's kind of a while off, and it's not just for next summer, but I'm going to Mexico for 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be in a swimsuit every single day, so I want to be fit for that. I know this has been said a lot of times before, but cute exercise clothes, because if you're just wearing an old t-shirt, then you're not gonna want to work out as much as if you have your new Nike gym shoes on, and it just keeps you motivated, because you want to be able to wear your exercise clothes, and you're only gonna wear your exercise clothes if you work out mostly. Tip 7, work up to it gradually. In the beginning, if you're just trying, like, if you just, like, feel like recently that you're trying to get fit, don't expect yourself to, like, just start running, like, 7 days a week, because that's not gonna happen, and you're not gonna do as well as you think you are, and then you're probably gonna want to quit. So you should work up to it, and maybe, like, your first week do, like, 2 or 3 days, and then maybe, like, in a few weeks you can move up to, like, 3 or 4. So it just, like, you gradually get there, and it's just an easier process. Tip 8, you always have to remember your goals. That's the one thing that you should always keep on your mind, and I know sometimes it's easy for your mind to wander off of it, but you always have to remember it in order to get there, because a lot of times before I would, like, I'd want to get fit, and then I would just not care about it after a while. So maybe, like, try and think of different ways for you to remember how to stay fit, whether it be like pictures on your wall, something that reminds you of it. Tip 9, and I know this one's kind of but track your calories. I've been tracking my calories almost every day since the 7th grade, and so that was 4 years ago, and I still do it. It's a trick that I really like. It's just, I mean, not everyone likes it, and I know, like, I get lazy sometimes too, but it really helps me because a lot of times after I've eaten, like, junk food, I don't realize how much I've eaten until I, like, put in all the calories, and I'm like, man, that's a lot of calories. I probably shouldn't have eaten that. And now I know, like, and if I eat it, like, how much, and, like, how much I need to scale back on. Tip 10, completely optional, but my Fitbit, it really helps me, I feel like, keep on task, and it's just a really good reminder for me. Like, the biggest one that I like on here is how many steps I've walked today. And it really helps me because I know if I have, like, 3,000 or 5,000 steps, like, and it's, like, almost nighttime, then I know that I need to, like, work out or something because I haven't been doing a lot that day. And it just lets me know how active I was during the day, and that's the main thing that I like about my Fitbit. But yeah, like, if you have a fitness tracker like that or a pedometer, I know, like, it's kind of expensive because my Fitbit was $150, and it was kind of expensive, and it was a big investment for me, but I really think it's worth it, and I'm not in any way, like, telling you need to get a $150 Fitbit, but it's just, it was a good idea for me, and it might work out for you as well. Tip 11 is have good workout shoes. I have crappy gym shoes, and it's not really ideal to work out in. It's really hard for me to run in them. So once I got better gym shoes, it was like, wow, like, it's so much easier to run now. Like, it doesn't hurt my feet, and it's just a big deal. Tip 12. This is a big one, but it is every little bit counts. So it's kind of with, like, my steps. It's like I can walk across my room for a couple steps, and, like, that would probably burn a calorie. I don't know. Or, like, if you want to do lunges on your way to the bathroom every time, then that tones up your legs too. Just remember that every little bit of movement or every small workout, it helps. It really does help. It's better than just sitting around or laying on your bed, because if you walk downstairs, that's already something. So every little bit counts. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but it's dance. I know not everyone's gonna like dance, but it's really fun to just put on a song and, like, rock out to it. It's really fun, and it's not like you're not gonna do it wrong or anything, and you can do it by yourself in your room or with friends, and it's really good for burning calories. So yeah, and it's also really fun, and it doesn't feel like a chore. Like, it doesn't feel like, okay, I need to go work out. It's something that's fun, and you're gonna look forward to doing it, and you're gonna have fun doing it. So it's a win-win. Tip 14. This one is huge. It's you have to love your body. And that's like the first step in anything. You have to love your body, because if you don't, you're not going to be happy with it and you're not going to work as hard. For me, once I started loving my body, well, obviously I don't. Once I started accepting myself more, it made me, I felt like I motivated myself. So if you hate your body, you're not even going to want to try and fix it because you hate it. But if you love your body, you're going to want to do whatever you can do to make it happy, I guess. So that's just what it was for me. Like once I started like accepting myself a little bit more, then it's like I got my motivation. I'm just like, okay, like I can do this. It's like I know I can improve myself now. Tip 15 is you need to be aware of what you're eating. A lot of times before, I would just eat whatever I wanted to, and I didn't even register what I was eating. I was just like, kind of want some food, or I'm hungry. So I would just eat it, not realizing how much I was eating. And you need to know how much you're eating, or else you're never going to be able to figure out the problem. You're never going to fix it because you don't even know how much you're eating. Sometimes just because a food's organic or it's supposed to be good for you doesn't mean you can eat a whole ton of it. So that was a problem for me as well. I would think that something's healthy, but I would just completely overeat it. My last tip is using social media for help, basically, for motivation. And you can use Instagram or Pinterest. I use both, but I think that Pinterest has a lot more workouts, while Instagram is more like motivation pics and like healthy foods and stuff. But they both work. They really, I don't know, they give you the motivation to keep going, and it's like reminders. So Pinterest has really good workouts if you want to check that out. That's my favorite one to look at. But Instagram, there's like fit girls guides and a lot of things like that you can be scrolling on your feed, and then it's just a little reminder, and it's like, oh yeah, I should work out, or I should eat healthy. So those are all the tips that I have on how to keep yourself motivated on staying fit and healthy. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram is VivianXO and Twitter is VivianX. So yeah, and if you missed any of my earlier videos, you need to go check them out now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment on which tip was your favorite and which one you think is which tip you think works the best for you. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!